What's going on, guys? BriarRabbit here. I am terrified of Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. What I've seen of this game so far has me absolutely petrified. I love Call of Duty. I even love Call of Duty Ghosts. I love the netcode in this game. I think the maps are pretty fun. And I know it's a slower paced Call of Duty than what we got used to Black Ops 2 last year, but I love this game and I love this series. But Call of Duty Advanced Warfare has me petrified. So to explain why this is, I really want to talk about why I love Call of Duty so much. And it really has to get started with this fast run and gun gameplay that Call of Duty is just so good at and no other game seems to be able to duplicate. Now, I like playing Battlefield 4, Battlefield 3 wasn't my thing, but the big difference between Battlefield 4 and Call of Duty to me is that fast run and gun gameplay. It's just so kinetic, it's so much fun to play. Battlefield 4, the whole Battlefield series has just never really gotten that right, in my opinion. I love the loadout customization, being able to put optics and grips and suppressor on your gun, really customize your character to the map and the type of gameplay that you're playing. I love that. I think it was a great invention in Call of Duty 4, and I've been super impressed with how they've grown that system over time. I even love the Ghost character customization, how every character is dressed a little bit differently. You know, there are a lot of ghillie suits out there, but I really like how I can recognize a character, not by the name above his head, but by the outfit he's wearing. And you even get into the little grudge matches, especially if you play a lot of free-for-all. I love the tit-for-tat nature of weapon selection. If I'm getting beat up by SMGs on a level, you know, I can pull out a shotgun class and really smoke those guys. If I'm getting beat up by shotgun guys, I can pull out my assault rifle class, pull back a little bit, and let those guys run into my bullets. I love that nature of the Call of Duty weapon selection. I also love kill streaks. I love how after I get 5 to 10 kills, I can put a helicopter in the sky and really mess the other team up. I think that is a wonderful thing. It really increases the stakes on scoring multiple kills in a row, and I think it's a genius way to play the game. So what about Advanced Warfare has me so scared? After all, they haven't even shown off the multiplayer yet. Well, what's got me scared is what they have shown. They've shown a lot of stuff in the single player that I'm very scared they're going to bring to the multiplayer. So let's talk about the exoskeletons first, because this one's probably the most concerning to me. Now, they showed that different exoskeletons will be coming to the multiplayer. They said that. And they also showed off what some of these exoskeletons can do. One of them can double jump, which I think is very strange for a Call of Duty game. They also will be able to boost speed. They'll be able to do active camo, where a guy will actually go invisible. These things could potentially be game-breaking features in the multiplayer. And let's get back to what I love about Call of Duty. I love that gun-on-gun gameplay. That was the first thing I mentioned. And if you take that away by making certain characters invisible, or double jumping, or turn this into a Halo game, or a Titanfall game without the mechs, that's not what I love about Call of Duty. I am very much in love with this one-on-one gunfight. You know, this super fast running around with an SMG or a shotgun, or pulling back with an LMG or an assault rifle, and really thinking out how you're going to attack the enemy. When guys are running around with, you know, double jumps or super fast, you know, running speed with these exoskeletons, or God forbid this active camo, that's really going to add something that I don't really want in Call of Duty. I want a relatively realistic looking military shooter. That's what I come to Call of Duty for. And if that's gone from Call of Duty, if that's no longer there, I don't really see that I have another place to go. You know, Battlefield 4, I already explained, that's not my thing. Battlefield 4 is fine, you know, but it doesn't have that fast action military shooter feel that I really love from Call of Duty. That just doesn't exist anywhere else. That's why I think the Call of Duty franchise has remained so popular, because nobody else has been able to reproduce that fast action gun-on-gun gameplay. Nobody's been able to do that. Not Battlefield, not Medal of Honor, nobody. You know, we already have Destiny coming out. We already have Titanfall already out. I don't want another futuristic shooter where I'm bouncing all over the place and I'm using, you know, electricity flying out my fingers. I don't want any of that stuff. I want another realistic, you know, somewhat realistic first-person military shooter. Another thing that's got me really scared about Call of Duty Advanced Warfare is they've shown off this variable grenade. And I believe this is coming to multiplayer. What scares me about this is not the powers that it possesses. Some of the things that it can do is, you know, it can work as a regular grenade. It can also work as like a heat-seeking grenade, seemingly. And it also work as kind of a, it'll show you other players behind walls if you throw it behind the wall. All that stuff sounds sort of okay, except for the heat-seeking grenade thing. I see that thing being very overpowered and very, very annoying in a Call of Duty setting. What scares me is that it's one grenade that does this. It doesn't force anybody to make decisions. Do I want the one that allows me to see other players behind walls? Do I want the heat-seeking grenade? Do I want the standard grenade? Do I want a flash grenade? If it's one grenade that's doing all these things, you're taking options away from players. Yes, you have more options while you're playing, but you have every character running around with this one OP grenade, which I'd rather see a lot of different grenades, and people have to make these choices, right? I like the choices in Call of Duty. I like that tit-for-tat nature of choosing what I want in my loadout. I like weapon customization, but I also like the equipment customization. I like all of those decisions to make. You know, I like trying to quickly switch up a class right while the countdown is counting down to start the new game. I love all of that. So this grenade has me really scared. And these exoskeletons have me terrified, especially if invisibility is brought into multiplayer. We've seen that in other games. We saw it in Crysis 3. And a lot of people think that is the biggest reason Crysis 3 wasn't as good as it could have been. Because all these characters were running around invisible. And that's no fun. It's no fun to just get sniped by a guy who's invisible in a bush. You had no hope of seeing that guy. You know, these ghillie suits in Call of Duty Ghosts, I think, are bad enough. There's tons of people sitting in corners, behind bushes, in ghillie suits. You don't even have to be a sniper to use them anymore. You know, there's a ton of people using them. So those are the reasons that I am really scared of Advanced Warfare. If it ruins that gun-on-gun gameplay that I've been so happy with over the years with Call of Duty, you know, I don't see another place to get that, and that scares me. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you liked this video. If you did, hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.